In South Africa, 1 in 8 women and 1 in 6 men will be diagnosed with cancer in their lifetime. In a study by the World Economic Forum, 61% of people indicated that they are or have been affected by cancer through personal experience or by knowing somebody who has had this disease. The domino effect of cancer is felt by not just the person diagnosed, but by their loved ones as well. Medical treatment is only the start of this journey. Cancer patients also face an array of new challenges, from the inability to work and earn an income to performing everyday tasks to increase living expenses due to the various lifestyle changes that could be required. The emotional and the psychological stress of a cancer diagnosis can be overwhelming for the patients and their families. It's no wonder that cancer is such a universally feared disease. Many people are shocked to discover how costly a cancer diagnosis can be, both in the short and the long run. Oftentimes, people are underinsured and unprepared to deal with the financial challenges that come along with this illness. By being proactive and researching your options ahead of time, you can ease the burden that cancer may have on your finances. Even if you have access to medical aid or critical illness insurance, there could be potential gaps in your coverage. For example, depending on the type of medical aid you may have, you could have some out-of-pocket diagnostic treatments or other treatments for cancer that are not covered. Some schemes only partially fund treatments or might not even fund them at all. So while these policies do offer some value, it's important to be aware of their limitations. Critical illness policies that provide cancer coverage may not be as broad as you think. For example, some policies only pay out a percentage of the insured sum according to the stage and some type of cancer. Some policies don't pay out for early stage, like a stage 1 or 2, at all. And this could leave you with a lot less coverage than expected. As if the emotional and the physical challenge of cancer weren't hard enough to overcome, patients have to contend with the financial burden that comes with a cancer diagnosis, or else you're left to the mercy of government treatments. And you know how that goes in South Africa. Medical benefits and life cover are becoming increasingly harder to come by due to the strict underwriting criteria. And if you're lucky enough to have coverage, the benefits and the limits are often not enough. This means that more people are facing risks without any safety net, which can be devastating emotionally and financially. Having to utilize your savings to fight this disease and cover any unexpected costs or loss of income can result in less money going towards your retirement, for example, which means you could have to work for longer periods after you recover from this disease, possibly a lower standard of living during your retirement years. Additionally, it may mean having to withdraw from maybe your child's education fund. And the loss of income while being unable to work may cause you to fall behind on major debt like your bond or your car. So all these scenarios have the potential to negatively affect your money game and the security of your future. A cancer diagnosis and treatment can very well interrupt the education and career projection of young people in their 20s, in their 30s, which can have a significant impact on earnings. If you are supporting a family through all of this, the stress, the strain is not only amplified, but also materially and emotionally impacts every member of the family. So the Financial Services Conduct Authority in 2009, they conducted a study, and they found that only 12% of the South African population had any form of life cover. And that figure is expected to be significantly lower now, following the economic impact of the pandemic and depressed household income. The reality is millions of South Africans have no safety net whatsoever when it comes to a health crisis like cancer. For people with other existing non-cancer related conditions, maybe diabetes or heart disease, broad-based critical illness cover can be expensive due to premium loadings or exclusion on the cover. In many instances, such people will just not take critical illness cover as the costs are just too high. There's a glaring protection gap on one of the most prevalent critical illnesses around. That's where specialized cancer cover steps in to solve. This is available around. There's a lot of options around, but if you want some award-winning cover, I'm somebody you can reach out to. So this specific cancer cover is similar to critical illness cover. However, it's more specialized and solely focused on cancer. So this means you're able to get lower monthly premiums because you remove the costs that come with typical critical illness cover that covers a broader range of critical illnesses. It also means that the benefits and the terms are very clear. It's very simple to understand and 100% relatable to a cancer diagnosis. As a policyholder, you would insure yourself for a fixed amount from anywhere between 500 to 2 million, 500,000 to 2 million rands, and the policy will pay out the full amount that you are insured for upon a confirmed cancer diagnosis, regardless of the stage or the type of cancer. And there is no medical underwriting required. So if you're somebody who's been rejected for critical illness cover, this is something that you can apply for, provided you meet the terms and conditions, which is one, you must not have had cancer before, or you cannot have 2 immediate family members who have had cancer under the age of 60. The cancer cover also includes specific cancer-related benefits not found in other broad forms of critical illness cover. The treatments of this disease can be tough. It can be sporadic, it can be debilitating and often prolonged. Treatment can last from about 6 to 12 months. And during this time, you may be unable to work and earn an income. You may face significant out-of-pocket additional expenses. The lump sum from your cancer cover will go a long way in relieving this financial distress, so you can focus all your efforts and all your energy on your treatment and recovery during a very stressful time. And during this recovery period, your duties in the house or your parental responsibilities, maybe your spouse has to take time off to try and fill those gaps. You may have to hire additional help around the home, like a child care provider, a nursing care provider. This specific cancer cover allows for this benefit, which includes cover for counseling, a chauffeur to assist you with traveling to and from treatments, as well as a tutor and an au pair service to help lighten the load of parental responsibility. The psychological and financial distress of a cancer diagnosis can be profound, with extended periods of high stress, high uncertainty, conflicting diagnosis, and debilitating treatment regimes. And this often brings additional unexpected side effects and extra treatment costs over and above. So specific cancer cover pays an additional 10% on the main benefit value for a specialized precision genetic test, an additional 10% of the main benefit value to cover breast reconstruction surgery, an extra 10% of the main benefit value should one of your children be diagnosed with cancer as well. You also have the option to get a second medical opinion on that cover. Due to the nature of this disease, there's a high chance of relapse, which can mean prolonged financial and emotional distress. Cancer cover continues for the rest of your life, even after your diagnosis. Should the same cancer return, it pays out a relapse benefit at a further 25% of the main benefit value. With reinstatement, you can claim the full insured amount on a second unrelated cancer. So essentially, cancer cover is a specialized solution that complements your current insurance portfolio and healthcare planning, providing you with absolute peace of mind that should you ever experience cancer-related health crisis, the only thing that you need to focus on is your treatment and your recovery. If it's something that you want, or if you know somebody is struggling with cancer already, and if you don't want that traumatic experience for yourself, you want to have the funds to be able to fight this disease, please reach out. Click the link below. I can help.